What's going on?
Not much. What's going on with you?
Yeah, I just got back to my friend's tattoo shop. We just had a meeting in where we practice next town over. I'm just chilling out.
Mark Hallman from Suicide Silence with me here, and you said you're just getting some new tattoos?
Yeah, well, I'm getting my sleeve finished today, finally.
So you're gonna
Yeah,
be covered all over now.
pretty much.
You find that that's the trend today's death metal bands and all that stuff, and you know, all the bands like you guys, all covered with tattoos now, compared to plain, without tattoos.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what everybody's doing. I don't know. I've been getting tattoos for a while. I don't know. I don't really do it for fashion. I just kind of do it because I like them.
When you guys recording a new album?
Sometime this year, near the end of the year, probably in the fall, either like September or October. Probably go in the studio. We've already started writing. Just haven't got everything down yet. Just kind of putting stuff together.
So how far would you say with the songwriting you guys are gone now?
Probably like maybe 25%. We're not really that far into it yet. We started in January and did all of January and then like the first week of February, and then we've had a little bit of time off right now. So we'll start back up. I think in May we have a month where we can get some more stuff down, and then probably finalize it while we're on Warped Tour this year, and then once we're done with Warped Tour, hit up the studio.
Let's say when you guys record like the classic albums you guys already made, is there any B-sides left to release in the future, like from these albums?
Not there's not any left over. No, I mean there is when we go in the studio. We usually plan on like the record having 11 or 12 songs, 10, 11, 12 songs, and then we have about 14 songs that we're recording. So the B-sides are already kind of planned as being as B-sides. But I think this record we're trying to do a little more, trying to put more songs on the record and have more songs that we can put aside for other things, just for any kind of future endeavor, soundtracks, video games, whatever we can get our music into.
Speaking about video games, you guys find that the video games world is getting a lot bigger now, with Rock Band and Guitar Hero and all that
Yeah,
stuff?
man. Definitely. I mean, those are it's like a whole nother outlet of kids that don't really listen to music, but they like video games, and they don't even know what they're really listening to on the video games. But I mean, they're into it. I don't really know. I mean, even outside of those video games, like I play like sports games like Madden and stuff like that, and the soundtracks on sports games are intense. You got like Mastodon and Slipknot and Korn on a football game. It's pretty cool. So I don't know. I think it's definitely a good outlet to try and get into.
For you guys' song "Wake Up," when did you guys finalize or finally see that this song was going to be a big single for you guys?
I don't know, man. We once we were in the studio, we really didn't know what songs. Like we went into the studio liking everything that we had. We thought every single song was, could be a potential single, just because we took a lot of time on No Time to Bleed, and Wake Up was just kind of once we started putting up the track listing and figuring out what's the first song, what's the second song. It was like Wake Up was kind of the one that everybody could agree on. That was going to be a song that we're going to be playing for the rest of our lives. But I don't know. It just kind of went that way, especially the repetition and just like the structure of that song. It's really fun to play. It's cool for the crowd to sing along to, and yeah, I don't know. It just kind of became that song.
It's a great single, and the people can really relate to it now with the wake up" part. It's just
Yeah,
really catchy.
yeah, I don't know. Just kind of that song came out when we wrote that. It was the easiest song to write. We just kind of jammed it, started playing, and then some of the riffs we all already had, and we just kind of put it together like within a day. That song was written.
Sometimes them songs are the best songs too.
Yeah, man. A lot of the songs that people seem to really like are the songs that we, put together within, a day or two or like a week's worth of practice. It's not the songs that we really think about.
So you guys are starting a tour in April, going until June.
In April, we're going to South America. We're doing it's like 2 weeks. It's just it's yeah, all over South America. It's just us, and then every show has one band from the area. And we've never been down there. don't know what to expect. Just hoping it's going to be fun, and hopefully people show up. And then before that, we're doing some dates in Texas, March 13th to the 17th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Some festivals and just a little run. And then then into June we're doing Warped Tour.
And then there's going to be the main tour, Vans Warped Tour.
Yep, that should be definitely an experience. I don't really know what to expect from that either. Being real pop rock, punk rock, whatever tour. I've never really been the Warped Tour guy. I don't even know too much about it except that NoFX is always on it. And yeah, we're gonna do it this year, so we'll see how it goes.
Speaking of Megadeth, you guys were on the tour and you guys made big news, on the internet.
Yeah.
How did that all came out? Just about the laminates and stuff?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's just that some people in the business just kind of, especially people like Dave Mustaine, they've been around forever. They think very highly of themselves, and they expect, I don't know, to be treated like the biggest rock star in the world. And us being direct support to a band like that, I don't know if it was not something that they liked or or that Dave liked. I know that the band didn't care. I don't really know how it ended up. I don't know if it was a personal thing or if it was really that they thought that we were abusing our rights, but we weren't doing anything. We let our drum tech's girlfriend use one of our laminates to get out of the backstage area and onto our bus while we were on stage. Like, our drum tech's girlfriend was with us. He just gave her his laminate to use to go out of the backstage area and go to the bus and then come back inside. And 3 weeks later, the whole production is making this huge deal about us, sneaking people in and all this shit. And it was just a big pile of crap. And they said, we're going to strip you of your laminates and we're going to give you working stickers to wear for the rest of the tour. And we're just like, we're not children. We don't need to be, punished. You should have brought this up 3 weeks ago and not, brought it up like this and threatened to kick us off the tour, because right now we're just mad. Go ahead and kick us off the tour. It's fucking bullshit. That's basically what happened. I don't know. It's just egos.
Did you guys sell more albums after this news?
I don't believe so. I don't really think it changed too much. I think it just stayed the same.
Okay, so it didn't really hit the big mainstream media at the time.
I don't think anything Megadeth does really hits big mainstream media either. So, I mean, I don't really know what the whole deal is. Everybody makes a big deal out of it. It's like 2 shows that, I mean, it was kind of almost our decision, because we just weren't going to go, yeah, so sorry, Dave, we let our drum tech's girlfriend use one of our laminates. Every one of our crew members and band is going to give you our laminates. Like, it's just stupid.
It's like the big Twitter world news now.
Oh, I know, yeah.
That's considered the big news now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know, man. I thought that was so stupid.
And you guys use Twitter a lot, I see. Suicide Silence is on Twitter and always posting tweets. How is that coming along?
I was doing that for a little while. I was doing the tweets or whatever. I don't personally have a Twitter, but I understand what it is. I don't know. It's cool. It's kind of dumb not to be on it. I mean, everything is on it. Like Dateline NBC has a Twitter. So it's just another way to get your news out there quicker. And kids aren't going on MySpace as much anymore. Everyone's Facebooking or whatever the hell, and just gotta keep up with the times. It's all digital now, so it's the more stuff that you have on the internet, the better. The more ways people can get in touch with the band, the better. So that's all it is, pretty much. It's going well.
Going on back to your new recording that you guys are going to be making, is it going to be a done live situation or mostly just tracks and tracks, layers?
I don't know. I think since we did the first one live and the second one we did individually and really went through it, I think there might be like a mixture of both for this record, just because already the way that we're writing and like some of the stuff that we're coming up with, like some of us write a little more concise and more like on the death metal side where it's really this needs to be so perfect or it won't sound right kind of thing, and then there's other stuff where it's like we could easily just pick up the instruments and just count it off and jam it, and it'll sound more natural and live. But it's just kind of like the learning, just the learning process from the first record to the second record, and certain things that we didn't like about No Time to Bleed recording wise, and certain things we didn't like about The Cleansing recording wise, and just try and figure them out and figure out how we're gonna do the third one. It probably will be mostly done, you know, individually track by track, but I think there will be some songs we'll record live.
Do you use the exact same equipment on stage as in recording studio?
Oh no, man, we get in the studio we get crazy. We use whatever we can get our hands on, and then usually try and emulate it live rather than emulate our live sound on CD, because it's too hard, I think, to emulate the live. It's easier to, you know, put something down and then emulate what you're hearing, rather than, like, you know, the live recordings that we listen to, and it's just like, oh man, like, I love how raw and good that is. It's like trying to get that out there is really hard. I've used so much gear, live and in the studio, so I change all the time.
Do you collect effects when you go on tour? Do you buy different stuff?
What do I buy on tour? I haven't collected anything in a while, no. I think the main thing that I collect is, like, our posters and stuff like that. Just, like, flyers and posters that have our name on it, just to remember.
From gig to gig?
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of them aren't really worth taking, but, like, especially if it's, like, someone made a really good poster or something, and, you know, I want it, I'll grab it. Or even if the poster's shitty and the show is really good, like, and I want to remember the show, then I'll grab the poster and use that to remember it.
Well, that's a good way to remember stuff. Well, Mark, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Cool, yeah. Well, nice talking to you.
All right, well, you take care, and
Awesome, man.
right,
Later.
bye.